They say an eco-friendly house can't be built in 150 days for $150,000, and I say it can. I'm Alan Smith. Join me as I push the limits with time, budget, and creativity with the Garden Home Challenge, exclusively on ehowhome. Wow, big place. All right, I got a lot of ground to cover. I'm going straight to tile, so I don't have a lot of time. Oh, I like this. Ooh, look at this. This doll tile is great. This product right here is a porcelain tile. 97% of the materials recycled. Love it. Granite, nice. Too fancy. Fancy, look at that. Whoa, that's from another planet. Very nice. I'm liking these colors. Need something simple, you know, not too over the top. I mean, it's a farmhouse. You know, something really basic like, you know, this or even that maybe. It's the master bathroom, and you know, maybe some kind of mushroom gray color like that would look good. I don't know, it just can't be too fancy. It doesn't need to be too much. It needs to be basic, classy. So it's really been helpful in coming into a place like this, which is so vast and can be overwhelming, is to try to break the rooms down. Not only try, just do. Create a file for every room. And in that file, I list every fixture that I need, the color sample, any notes about that room, where the light sockets are, actually a little diagram that shows the layout of the furniture. If I've chosen some sort of fabric, which I'm going to use as a springboard for colors, that's also helpful. Any dimensions that you can have where you can get a question answered then, place the order then, get it checked off your list then. Just saves you time and ultimately saves you money, because time is money. You know, color can be overwhelming. I like the fact that they have this low VOC formulation, or maybe no VOC, but I'm just going to take it a room at a time and not be overwhelmed by some of this color. So this is really helpful. It shows all the sort of finishes: flat, matte, eggshell, pearl, satin, semi-gloss. I mean, how do you know? How do you know? The first thing is just get the color palette down and then start worrying about the finishes. I'm just giving some thought to the deck and the railing being painted with a stain, an opaque stain that would almost look like paint, maybe even the floor. So, lots of choices to make here, and then whether we put polyurethane on top of the stained floors on the inside. You know, I kind of have to start with what the tone of the house is going to feel like. And when I first came here, I really had to make some decisions about the bathroom. So the master bathroom sort of set the tone in terms of color. So, you know, I'm looking for green materials that, you know, have some sort of sustainable aspect to them. So I found some tiles that would work for the shower, and then I needed to find a vanity, and then that needed to work with the white porcelain, which will be a part of the sinks and the commode, and then you got the paint for the walls. So it all starts to come together, and you've got to think of all the knobs, the pulls for the drawers and the vanity. I already knew what the master bedroom ceiling is because we used a galvanized roof material there, so that's working with my satin nickel or my polished nickel, or we'll probably go with a brushed nickel. So we went into the hardware and sort of looked at what those choices might be. Again, trying to find something that fits the budget. I just think this house is going to look better if we use nickel instead of brass, a cooler color. It'll just be lighter. We've gone with lighter colors with the walls and the architecture. And I think that has made the rooms feel more expansive. It's made the house feel larger. At least that was my hope once we get it all furnished. And it's going to play well with some of the ceiling materials that we've used. So I seem to be drawn to that. It's worked in other houses that I've done. So I keep falling back to that because it's always been successful. Hey, I've got some paint to try. Got a paint fan, picked out a little hardware, got the tile all ordered in place, feeling good about it. I had no idea they had so many choices here. Lumber One's a great place to visit and people know what they're talking about here. I like it.